My guest today is a gentleman called Boniface Ndirangu. He is the chairman of the Alcohol Prevention, Addiction and Rehabilitation Association of Kenya. Hey, it's me. But I got 80%.
You did.
Karibu sana, Boniface.
Asante sana.
Glad to have you here.
My name is Boniface Ndirangu. I'm the current chairperson of APRAC, it's the Addiction Prevention Rehabilitation Association of Kenya. In a nutshell, it means that I am the chairperson of all rehabs, all the rehabs you hear about. I'm the chairperson. So we have formed an association to help focus
all
on
the rehabs.
All
You're
the
the right guy to talk to.
Oh, yes.
People really want to discuss those. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes, the situation is serious, bro. Yeah, we have 400,000 people who need treatment, not just people who are abusing. The people who are abusing alcohol and drugs are close to 4 million in the last research done by NACADA. The ones who actually need treatment are 1% of, 10% of that. About 400,000 people. Dire place, they actually can't function without substance. They're dependent. And you know, you see them if you go to shags, you'll see them.
Oh yeah, you'll see them.
Yes, you'll see the spread over the whole country. Yeah. For example, myself. Let's just give an example of myself. Because I'm a former drug addict. If I, you know, the kind of damage I did to my family, the kind of losses I took my company through in terms of work.
Maybe tell us, when did you get out?
I'm 20 years clean this year.
Congratulations.
So it's more than since 2003, 22nd of January.
Wow.
20 years. And I dedicated my life now to work with people who have an alcohol drug problem. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And
so you've been in the trenches, you know what it is like.
Yes, I know, I do. I really do. You know, I lived in this for some time. I was about half the weight I am in now when I went to rehab 20 years ago. And just that is when they had started NACADA. I think the then president was President Moi. Looked at and saw that, you know, we needed a commission, and he gave Kaguthi the job. That's the first time the government decided to do something about it. Yeah, so 20 years on, the problem has only exponentially grown.
I can imagine.
Yes.
How many rehabs do we have generally?
Currently, we have about 200 rehabs.
Yeah.
Of course, they are forming a lot more because, I mean, with 200 rehabs, we have a capacity of about 15,000 beds in a year. And remember, Connors, we just talked about 400,000 people who need rehab. So
the question is, as you speak to me at home and everywhere, is it our mindset that's wrong? Is it the way we approach the rehab? Is it the rehabs themselves? Where is the disconnect? Why are we not getting
the results that we desire?
The results we desire. Because in the last check I did, and it's not just a check for Kenya. I read a statistic that it's 15% of people who go to rehabs who stay sober.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 85%, a whooping 85% relapse. This is in the world, not this is not a Kenyan problem.
Yes.
But we ask ourselves, what seems to be the issue? Because we always talk about, you know, somebody is a drunkard, amekunywa sana nini, nasema, okay, we're going to fix that one. We wake him up in the morning, you know, dump him in the car, take him to some rehab somewhere, throw him there, and expect to come back and find amekuwa sorted.
Now, those are my problems now. A number of things. One is the level of expectations and information that people need to know. Just like you say, that this is a brain disease, and it's a recurring problem. It can recur.
First accepting it's a disease, because we think it's a choice.
Now, boss. That compulsive obsessive is a brain disease. It's like a loop. So knowing that this is a disease, knowing that it can recur, even from the word go, is helpful. So we minimize and lower the expectations. 15 is on the lower side. I've had averagely around the world is about 35% around the world. In certain really good places, we need better programs for sure. And that's my problem, that's why I say it so, because we have capacity building for all these rehabs, ensuring that they have the staff that are required, who are trained and certified. We work very closely with the ISAP. ISAP is an International Society of Substance Use Providers, and there are certain evidence-based approaches that have been confirmed to have better outcomes. So our staff, every treatment center, we intend to have a catalogue of all the people. And that's what we are doing as an association, because we are about...
Are you also working on maybe like a sort of a uniformed way of doing the program in terms of the curriculum?
Actually, yes, there is already a curriculum that is uniform. In fact, some of us are arguing that we need various approaches, because people are different. People are different. If you have just one standardized approach, as long as the core of the professions are withheld, we can have a diverse approaches. Because the problem, the addiction problem, bro, is multifaceted.
Is it that we have more access to news now than before? Were we always drinking like this? You know, sometimes some people say, social media has exposed what was always there.
Yes.
So ni siati, ni tofauti.
Yes.
Would you feel like it's not tofauti, but it's there's actually a difference? Have we increased in?
Yes, we have.
In consumption?
Yes, a culture. It's a drinking culture. We've taken after the UK. The people who colonized us. London and Nairobi are very similar. We are more inclined towards that lifestyle. People go to work after work. In fact, it was baada ya kazi. Alafu, living, a lot of the social amenities in our communities that prevailed before this land grabbings and urbanization are no longer available. What form of entertainment is available to a growing population? We need to rebuild our social halls. Yeah, this Nairobi had social halls.
When you guys talk with stakeholders,
yes,
what you say, because sometimes I've always thought, the moment we have Form 1s go to Form 1, in their curriculum, we have to include drug and alcohol.
It has to be there, and not in the way that it is being done.
Not in the way, we have to include it there
in a very interesting manner, because you have to. Even the way you include it is not. It's very important. We educate without shouting about it.
Yes.
Or without lecturing about it. We educate through skits, through attitudes development,
through tours, even to rehab.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that engagement has to be very nuanced.
Very
it's
subtle,
not
yes.
preaching. I've helped more than 5,000 people. I'm helping set up rehab centers across the country with others. And we are many, I'm not alone. Quite a number of us. Yeah? And yet, the government does not even engage people like us directly. Apart from the president, the current president is the one who launched our association. The one who launched us.
Oh, he did?
Yes, and he gave a beautiful speech around what we can do. And I'm really hoping that they engage now people who are in the field of addictions.
If you were to sit with government today,
yes,
what do you think? Because government usually, they panic about how much money it will cost. But what can they do immediately that you can say?
This is what I would tell them.
Yeah.
I think it's Kindiki. Kindiki is always rally that ministry.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not even going to ask you for any more money than what you are giving already. The team of experts that we come with can tap into the existing global resources available, because the whole world has realized that this is a serious issue. It's a serious issue. Mental health and addiction and compounding economic loss from it and life. But this is what I would do. One, would get more funding by devolving the functions. Devolving the functions. So the function of prevention is best managed with a young population. So that function can be embedded in almost every ministry. There are people who can bring up content that is local, that is apt, that can influence attitudes. And this is science-based, evidence-based, that are helpful in looking at addiction in more informed manner and making the right choices over time.
So, but Chairman, tell me,
yes,
it's 2023.
Yes.
What are you guys planning to do from where you are?
We are looking at hoping that this government of ours, because it's our government, it engages professionals.
Unfortunately, there's only so much you can do without government intervention.
Yes, big time.
You really need
that. Is true. I do. Yes, and our president has had the knowledge. Just met him.
I even heard him telling some guys punguza pombe
Yes, we are fortunate.
So at least,
At
least there's a willingness.
Yes, there is.
To talk about it.
Because even some of our leaders have that problem. Eh?
Yes.
Yes, I won't mention names.
Yeah,
but
yes,
there are people who have that problem, even among the leadership. It's an equal opportunity employer, that problem.
It doesn't care.
It doesn't.
I think we need to continue the conversation. Unfortunately, time is over, but...
1 hour kuisha zaraka sana.
Inaisha. Inaisha, sometimes I even wonder, and especially when we are talking on things like this, because personally, I think we haven't even scratched the surface.
Yes.
You know,
maybe you should give them my contact. If
yes,
anyone,
absolutely.
Yes.
Wambie, where are you found?
Me, the chairperson of rehab centers in Kenya. You can find me at City Park. City Park, the first house on the right, it's the county house. It is owned by the county government of Nairobi. That is where the good governor of Nairobi has given us space to help coordinate addiction issues. At City Park, near the City Park Market. The gate is written C12, the people who are in Nairobi. The ones who are out of Nairobi can write to me as www, or you can look us up at www.aprak.org. aprak.org. That is our website. And my telephone number, if you have a pen, is 0722 867693. It's a public number. That's what I do. I help people who have an alcohol drug problem, and there's no job I would rather do in this world than help people who have had a problem like myself. Yeah, I think I was created to do this. You know, it's beautiful when you can find your life's purpose, and I really appreciate you. Thank you doing it. It's tough work. Thank you, brother. Boniface Njirangu, he's the chairperson of Alcohol Prevention Rehabilitation Association of Kenya.